And so we were talking and we realized that, you know, we're here, we're in the room, but we raised the least. We got the smallest amounts on the cap table. We got the most people on the cap table. Because when you go to Black celebrities, Black investors, the folks that you would, Black angels, the checks are smaller. They're 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K. We are doing a lot with our money. And when we have it, we are doing a ton. And so it's smaller. So then what happens is like, wait a minute, that's too many people on your cap table for the stage. I'm like, bro, this is who came. This is who showed up. This is what we have to do. And so we're sitting there and we're talking about like the lack of data. So I go on my rant about how data is not neutral. And I go on my rant because also people always try to check me because they're like, oh yeah, you know, whatever, AI. And I'm like, okay, like, I mean, don't make me take off my earrings now, right? I don't flex on people like that, but bitch, I have deployed a neural network. I got a certificate from NVIDIA. Like you're not gonna tell me about the shit I use.
Right.
You're also not gonna tell me about something that's built on the back of racist tech. So if you're scraping 4chan and you're scraping Reddit, you're getting a bunch of racist stuff that you're putting into ChatGPT for these outlooks. So what are you actually building? It's not gonna give me anything that is worth using for me. It's not gonna give me faces that look like mine because it's not trained on that. But we're gonna leave that for another day. But when we look at the inequity of funding, it means that Black entrepreneurs have less runway. We have less time to fail and pivot. We have less time to make mistakes. Like when I look at what we've created a glow up on our 1.3 million raise, right? And I mean, we've made revenue, we've done other things to keep stuff going, but we have literally been making $1 out of 15 cents the whole time we've been doing this. And we've created a new mechanic, launched 3 games. People raise money. There was a startup that was super hot when we were raising, and they raised like $20 million and they folded with nothing in market. But those are the mistakes that you're allowed to make if you're white. That if we are here, we're over here, everybody's trying to put stuff together. Well, maybe I can't get funding this year, but maybe I could put my game studio on part-time. And maybe did you get this? Because maybe this person might fund me too. And like, how's it happening? You talk to Black celebrities and they're like, you know, we all got effed up in COVID, but you know, maybe I can get you 5,000, maybe I can get you 10,000. I talked to the founder of The Gathering Spot, Ryan, who's fantastic, by the way. And Ryan was like, again, he was like, our money is, you know where our money is. You can see where our money is. You know who has it. And we're all impacted by the same things. And so, you know, I always feel like it's critical to talk about this funding disparity because I don't want you to sit there and compare me to the white guy that got $45 million with a concept on a napkin.
And I also think you're raising something interesting about not just the disparity between the resources and the ability to fail, the higher ability to fail. Silicon Valley always gets talked about as a success space. I feel like that's actually like Death Valley. Like more things die in Silicon Valley, right? With the resources that they have. But I also think, and this is a report that I would love to see more of, even if it exists, I haven't seen it. I would love to see more reports that show not just the raise that you all had, but based on what you all produced, what the value is of what it is that you all produce in comparison to the raise. Because we don't talk about that Jesus gap, like that Black Jesus gap that takes us, like that makes people see the end product. If you really look at that in comparison to what we had, it's literally fishes and loaves. Like we are literally creating miracles, and we praise the miracle, often make them unicorns, but we don't stop to be like, wait a minute, how much actually is it that this team has created and compare? And I feel like that is part of the narrative that people need to see, especially funders, as to like, if this is what people are doing in lack, then we really have to redefine what a success story looks like. So I'm curious about what that valuation is. That to me is like the gap that I'm interested in.
Yeah, and I want to get LaToya on her plane.
I know we got to get on the plane, but we let's do a part 2 because we got to part 2 because we can just talk. A part 2 could just be just the money of this and like Moneyball, right? Because again, it's like, and when you see it happen so many times, when you see these people playing in your face, all these times they're like, we just need to see more. We just need to see more. And I'm like I got a back pocket. I was like, for when we fame this conversation of sitting there and talking to some white investors and seeing who they funded and then getting that person's deck and sending it to our Techstars MD, because we went through Techstars. So send it to our MD at Techstars. And he's like, there's not even a product here. Like, what? what was getting funded?
You got to go get your plane.
Well, yeah, we got to get our plane, but
if we start this on how much gets
right.
funded on concepts, like white concepts get funded,
yes,
and like black double Dutch will still have to.
Well, what we know is, we mentioned this yesterday at the panel, but we would love to see a hearing in Congress, bringing the top 5 CEOs of Silicon Valley to do a hearing to explain to us why 96% of venture funding goes to white men. That's what we would love to know and understand. And make it make sense.
And they will always say this, because again, with us, it's proof.
Yeah.
Prove it. What are your numbers? What are your metrics? What is going on? And with them, it's kind of a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
All you need is a good feeling. It's that benefit of the doubt. Yeah. It's just, that's the way that it breaks all the time. Because I was like, a lot of people funded us. It was just, we had a lot of
attribution bias.
Yeah. And again, that buys you a lot of time.
For sure.